Hello, welcome to Sarah Overbooked. I am Sarah. Today we're gonna do my June book haul. This one is much bigger than the May. I didn't have the best of months in June or July, but June is when I put that retail therapy to work. First book I purchased, The Visitor, a horror novella by Sergio Gomez. On Christmas, during one of the worst snowstorms Indiana has ever seen, 5 strangers are forced to take shelter inside of a roadside diner. As the night progresses, the snowfall shows no signs of relenting. Ice begins to build up on the roads, and the temperature seems to be dropping by the hour. But the worst has nothing to do with the weather, and everything to do with the sixth visitor coming to the diner. The jolliest time of the year quickly turns bloody as the diners find themselves fighting for their lives. This Christmas won't be white, it'll be red too. I heard about this one quite a while ago, tried to purchase it before, and they sent me the wrong book. I sent that one back but never repurchased. Finally got it. It's going to be my first alien horror. I've never read an alien horror before. So, The Visitor, that's book number 1. Book number 2, My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. Pretty much everybody knows the basic of what this book is about. High school sophomores Abby and Gretchen have been best friends since 4th grade, but after an evening of skinny dipping goes disastrously wrong, Gretchen begins to act different. She's moody, she's irritable, and bizarre incidents keep happening whenever she's nearby. Abby's investigation leads her to some startling discoveries, and by the time their story reaches its terrifying conclusion, the fate of Abby and Gretchen will be determined by a single question. Is their friendship powerful enough to beat the devil? I hear over and over again that this is Grady Hendrix's best book. So I decided I'd try it. I really want to like Grady Hendrix's stuff more than I actually do like Grady Hendrix's stuff. So I keep trying it. I might just have to realize that he's really just going to be an okay author for me. We'll find out on these 2 books, because I also got the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, because, again, a lot of people say this one is one of his best. But we'll find out how I feel about it. Patricia Campbell's life has never felt smaller. Her husband is a workaholic, her teenage kids have their own lives, her senile mother-in-law needs constant care, and she's always a step behind on her endless to-do list. The only thing keeping her sane is her book club, a close-knit group of Charleston women united by their love of true crime. Then James Harris walks into their life during the summer of 1993. He makes her feel things that she hasn't felt in years. But when children on the other side of the town go missing, Patricia wonders if he's connected. Is he a Brad Pitt, a Bundy, or something much worse? And then I got A Sincere Warning About the Entity in Your Home. I purchased this because I have a friend who is moving, and I was going to gift this to her. She hasn't found a new place yet. She's right now just living with her sister. But yes, as soon as she does find a place, I will be sending this to her. It is by Jason Arnott. Basically, it's just a short story about a letter sent to somebody who recently moved and telling them about the supernatural entity that is in the property that they now are residing. Of course, I will plan on reading it before I send it to her, but since she is still looking, I have time. I don't have to read it right away, but it is also 74 pages long, so it'll be quick. It'll be read it, shove it in an envelope, and send it on. Next I got Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I still haven't read a V.E. Schwab, but I keep hearing about how she's a great author, so when this one was an option, I decided I would purchase it, give it a shot, along with the others that are on my shelf that I haven't read from her yet. 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high, one grows deep, and one grows wild. All of them grow teeth. Looks like there's 3 timelines. A story about hunger, a story about love, and a story about rage. So, let's see. I do have one of V.E. Schwab's books on my 2025 TBR. I'm still hoping to get that finished. It's doubtful, it's very doubtful, but since I'm at least hoping to read all of the books that I own that are on it, and I do own that one, so hopefully I'll at least read one of her books this year, and I will be able to know where to prioritize this one, basically. And then the next book I got, these 4, the last one, and these next 3 are my book of the month choices, was Julie Clark's The Ghostwriter. The Taylor family shatters in a single night when 2 teenage siblings are found dead in their own home. The only surviving sibling, Vincent, never shakes the whispers and accusations that he was the one who killed them. Decades later, the legend only grows and his career as a horror writer skyrockets. I have never read anything from Julie Clark, but I've read other books like this and have enjoyed them, so I figured I would give it a shot. The next one I got was King of Ashes by S.A. Crosby. I do that every time. I always put an R in his name. King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. I still have not read an S.A. Cosby. I have a couple of others of his books on my TBR already, and I still haven't read them. Let's see, this one is Roman Carruthers left the smoke and fire of his family's crematory business behind in his hometown of Jefferson Run, Virginia. He is enjoying a life of shallow excess as a financial advisor in Atlanta until he gets a call from his sister, Neva, I think that's how you would say that, telling him their father is in a coma after a hit-and-run accident. When Roman goes home, he learns the accident may not be what it seems. His brother, Dante, is deeply in debt to dangerous, ruthless criminals, and Roman is willing to do anything to protect his family. Anything. And then the last one I got from Book of the Month in June was Blake Crouch's Recursion. I have only read one of the books that I have of Blake Crouch's. Which one did I read? Dark Matter. Dark Matter is the one that I read, and Upgrade is on my 2025 TBR, and I own it, so it will be prioritized, so hopefully I can get to that. But I really enjoyed Upgrade, which is why I bought, I really enjoyed Dark Matter, which is why I bought Upgrade and Recursion. So more likely than not, I will probably get to these sooner than the others because I've already read and know that I like Blake Crouch's writing. Let's see, this one is Memory Takes Reality. That's what New York City cop Barry Sutton is learning as he investigates the devastating phenomenon the media has dubbed false memory syndrome, a mysterious affliction that drives its victims mad with a mysterious affliction that drives its victims mad with memories of a life they never lived. Sounds interesting to me. probably get to that one sooner than later. And then my aardvark for June, I only got 2 books. I got this one because I've heard so much about the author and that he is such a good writer, but I've never read anything from him. And then I saw that it was an option, so I got The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. So I am quite interested in reading this one. I don't think I even looked at what it was about. I just saw his name and got it because I knew I wanted to read something from him because so many people sing his praises as a writer. White, yellow on black. It's not the easiest to read. Let's see. Brother Dias has been summoned to the sacred city where he is certain a commendation and grand holy assignment awaits him. But his new flock is made up of unrepentant murderers, practitioners of ghastly magic, and outright monsters. The mission he is tasked with will require bloody measures from them all in order to achieve its righteous ends. Alright, well, hopefully I read this and I agree with what I've heard about Joe Abercrombie. That's going to be my first foray into Joe Abercrombie. And then the other book I got from Aardvark is The Starving Saints by Caitlin Starling. I've never read anything by Caitlin Starling before. This one I had to think about. Even though it's an aardvark horror, and I usually just buy those, it's also a cosmic horror, and that is probably my least favorite of the genre is the cosmic horror. It just doesn't usually resonate with me. I can't really think of one that I read that I really liked. And I haven't read a lot though, so there is that. But the reason I got it was because it is also described as a fever dream, and some fever dream type books I do really like. Others I don't. I mean, this could be, I could just really like this, or I could just really hate this. We'll find out when I get around to it. Amar Castle has been under siege for 6 months. Food is running low and there has been no sign of rescue. But just as the survivors considered deliberately thinning their number, the castle's stores are replenished. The sick are healed, and the divine figures of the Constant Lady and her saints have arrived despite the barricaded gates, offering succor in return for devotion. Soon the entire castle is under the sway of their saviors, partaking in intoxicating feasts of terrible origin. So, I guess we will figure out if this type of cosmic horror is something that I'm interested in. The Starving Saints. And then, at one point, my dad had given me a bunch of books because he doesn't live near a half-price books, but I live about a half hour away, so I took a bag, I think it was just one bag of books of his to half-price books, and traded those in for a couple of books here. I got Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Heard a lot of good things about this. National Book Award finalist. I have the series saved in my want to watch list, but I haven't started it yet. I'm not really good at watching series. I may never watch it, and even if I start it, I will probably never finish it. Kristen Raymond will never forget the night Arthur Lender, the famous Hollywood actor, had a heart attack on stage during the production of King Lear. That was also the night when devastating flu pandemic arrived in the city, and within weeks, civilization as we know it came to an end. 20 years later, Kirsten moves between the settlements of the altered world with a small troupe of actors and musicians. They call themselves the Traveling Symphony, and they have dedicated themselves to keeping the remnants of art and humanity alive. But when they arrive in St. Deborah by the water, they encounter a violent prophet who will threaten the tiny band's existence. And as the story takes off, moving back and forth in time and vividly depicting life before and after the pandemic, the strange twist of fate that connects them all will be revealed. So there's that one. And then this was on the clearance shelf, The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I've never read anything from Brandon Sanderson, just like Joe Abercrombie, and so many people do like the Cosmere World series, whatever, and I have been thinking about starting it for a while, and since this was on the clearance shelf, I decided why not. Of course, it is not the one that people say to start with, but for, you know, less than $5, might as well pick it up. So now I have to get the Mistborn. That's what most everybody says to start with, from what I've seen. So that's what I gotta to get. Until then, this will be sitting on my shelves waiting for its turn. And that is my book haul for June. 12 books. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. It was actually, for some reason I thought it was going to be more than that. It's only 6 books other than my normal aardvark and book of the month. And one of those is for somebody else. So that's not bad at all. Have you read any of these books? Did you enjoy any of these books? Is there something on here you think I should get to sooner rather than later? Let me know down in the comments. And if you want to help my channel out but don't really have anything to say, put a skull emoji in the comments and I will comment something back. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.